Hey guys. All right, it's a little chillier than I thought, but I had a few thoughts for you today. One of them was I was thinking about my day and where have I been. It's been a little bit of a struggle. I like to be like, from a scale to 1 to 10, 10 being like the most maximally tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and feeling the bliss of everything around you. I love being in that position. But it's been a little bit heavy. And I've been pulling back from everybody. So people who are really stuck deep in the world of, taking care of others in hospitals and stuff like that must really be tough. So I'm just trying to keep my love vibration going out to everybody I can. So 4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I'm like, man, I'm not feeling it. Because a lot of times 4 o'clock in the morning, middle of the night, is a great time to be really deeply steeped in your meditation, loving on life, feeling the perfection of everything, and you can sift through things and just all feels great. You can create and dream about and that kind of stuff. If I'm not feeling that, it's not time to start thinking about, do I have enough, how far can I go paying all my employees while I don't have much work before I run out of money? And what happens when I run out of money? And what am I going to not pay when I run out of money? How long is this going to go on? All that kind of stuff. Not time to be thinking of that when you're at a 6 vibrationally. So I know I got some tricks, and I thought, I probably ought to share some of these. I don't know what other people do. I'm sure other people have their own tricks. But, and whatever yours are, just do them, because that's what the planet needs right now. So, I like to listen to, there's some music that has like a frequency for enlightenment. Look it up under that and you'll find it. But it's not a type of, it's probably got a name of the type of music. But anyway, that's not my favorite go-to, but it's good, and I can sleep with it, and it's just it'll go on for like 4 hours. You don't need to watch anything, of course, on the screen. So I'll just slip the phone under my blanket. You can't turn off the screen of the phone because then the YouTube will stop playing. Maybe not if you pay $15 a month. I'm a free YouTube guy. I'm cheapy. So, but the commercials aren't too offensive. They're usually related to your video or some way, or I can at least hit off as soon as I hear the first word. But anyhow, all right, I digress. So the other ones are 2 people that I feel like they channel, they're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and they're channeling information, guidance, and direction, and no fear coming out, because the collective consciousness has no sense of fear, worry, dread, watch out for this, warnings. None of that stuff comes through from the collective consciousness because it's not there. But what does happen is you have your own fears, and if you can be a channel but not be totally as tuned in, and you're going to filter some of your own fears are going to come out in the conversation that you're getting from your higher self. So the trick is to find people that don't have that fear. So I got 2 people that I really like. Abraham Hicks, she's got a million little 10-15 minute videos that you don't need to watch, and you just listen. I just listen to her speak, and a lot of times I'm not really learning anything, but I'm getting reconnected on what's important. I'm focusing on love. I'm focusing on appreciation, gratitude, all those good things, and I'm listening to it, and I blocks out my thinking mind, which I want to just turn off. And like a guided meditation, you could say, that certainly could work. How many guided meditations can I do, really, I guess? But anyway, she's got a million things. And then Eckhart Tolle. Also, everything that comes out of him is loving. It's slow. It's not for everybody. But his books are really dynamite and super deep, and I loved them. The Power of Now. But anyway, good stuff and important stuff. So while I was laying in my bed, I had this vision. I'm like, all right, what am I afraid of? I'm afraid of sliding down the hill, whether it's raining and the mud's coming down the hill, and I'm holding on to a tree, and I'm holding on by my roots that I've dug deep over my lifetime, where I can stay connected and stay positive and hold. And so I hold on with my roots, and I don't want the mudslide to take me. And I'm appreciative of the fact that I've got some roots, and I've thought about this stuff, and I cared about my mental health and my ability to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and I've done it enough that I feel the difference in how everywhere I go in my life, every step I make throughout my day is much more magical and perfect and good. If I'm tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. If I'm vibrating at like 8 to 10. If I'm 10, I'm out in the woods by myself. I can't be a 10 around other people necessarily. But if I'm out working and I'm doing things and mixing with people and I can be an 8, things are just clicking and snapping and all the right things are being said. And I look back and I go, oh man, you did a good job today, babe. Loving on myself. So anyway, but sometimes I get worried too. And so I'm like, all right, it's the middle of the night. I'm thinking about, what is my fear about? Not thinking about my financial situation, thinking about what's really going on there. So that sense of holding while this mudslide's coming by and taking everything out, I'm like, I'm going to lose, everything that's keeping me and my family secure and keeping me comfortable and keeping me happy. And I'm losing it. And I've lost it all before, like in 2008 when we had the big crash. So I go up and down that pendulum of have it and don't have it all my life, and started with nothing. And I've never had big amounts. I never really amassed a whole bunch. More so lately just because of, dumb luck. But anyhow, my point is this. Here's a beautiful vision for you. Hopefully this will mean something to you. But I'm sitting on the side of this hill with the rains pouring and the wind behind me and the mudslide rolling, probably because of all this weather we've been having that I'm thinking about this story even. And I'm feeling a sense of it pushing me down the hill, and I'm losing things and control and my stuff. And so what came to me that gave me such a warm, loving feeling is, I've done this before. We've all done it before. But when you get to the bottom of the hill, you ride out the mudslide. Yeah, all your stuff's gone. But you know what? At the bottom, it's all the people that are changed because of the mudslide. And they're at the bottom and they're like, what do you need? We got everything down here. Where are we? Oh, we're on the beachfront. Costa Rica is the place where I think of that the most, but I've done some mountain biking down in Costa Rica. And it's like wet, hilly, thick jungle wall, and then beach and the ocean. And I remember riding my bike to the bottom, and there's guys on the side of the road with a little pull-behind cooler on their bicycle with baggies, Ziploc baggies full of coconut juice, cold on ice, and you just tear the corner off the bottom of the bag and just drink it right out of the bag. I mean, out of the coconut's better, but it's fresh. They just did it this morning. And anyway, it's just such a blissful feeling at the bottom when you've got nothing. Everything's gone. It's like, who cares? Who needed all that stuff? Half the time, being at the bottom, I could paint you a scenario where I'm like, you know what? Let it all go. Just go find some other love nest at the bottom of the hill at the beachfront. It's not all bad. So sometimes it's not a bad thing to think about, if you want to call that your worst case scenario. But anyhow, it was helpful to me, and hopefully it's helpful to you. What else have I got for you? Well, let's keep this one short because it's cold out here and windy and getting late. And my point would only be then, those of you who do have good solid roots and are on the side of the hill, realize that you're holding a lot of people up. You're keeping the soil locked down for a lot of other small plants who just haven't developed the roots and haven't weathered storms before and don't know that there's a beachfront at the bottom and just hear the trees blowing in the storm and watching the mud roll down the hill. They don't know what's going on. So we need to be there to comfort them and to hold for them and to know when it's time to let go, and you slide down the hill and you go to the beachfront and you sit out in the sun and you go into the water and you rinse off and you say, you know what, I don't know why I was holding so tight to that hill anyway. We'll be much stronger in the end. So let's just try to be thoughtful of the people around us who need that encouragement and make sure we stay in our 8 to 10 vibrational alignment with our higher consciousness, the soul of our soul, the light of divinity, tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Stay that way. Work your craft, however you do it, and let's spread a little comfort. Don't forget, throw some love bombs. Be nicer to everybody than they are back to you. And if they respond really nice, then you got to throw another love bomb. You're like, oh, thank you. That was very nice of you. I enjoyed our conversation too. Whatever, when the energy is there, it's like, just keep going. Yes, you guys are great and love you. And I'm here for you. How can I help? That needs to be the mantra for, I think, the next year. But the economy is going to pick up. We're going to all come back outside and we're going to get things going. But it's still going to take a little time to sort of ride this out. And why not? Let's rebuild our love nest. Focus on that for a minute. And on your ability to ground yourself with good solid roots and establishing firm footing, not in the material things, but in your sense of we're all here together, we're all in it together, and in the reality of things, it doesn't matter anyway, because as long as you can be focused in the moment and you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, you're going to be happy. Doesn't matter what happens around us. So anyway, hope that was helpful. I love you guys, and a lot of people doing a lot of great things, and it's already starting to show that this little bit of repressed sense of dread that the planet's having to kind of carry around for a little bit is already starting to pop people. They're like, I'm not staying under there. I'm not staying under that, suppression. And they're coming out with their love. And so let's throw some love bombs. Anyway, thanks, guys. Have a good night.